This video will take you through the 7-year plan update. With your department or program, you need to update your 7-year plan. This is due in the next 2 weeks. To follow along, you can find your 7-year plan if you go to the homepage of Big Ben under About Us and then under Instruction and Assessment. From there, you'll be taken to Instruction and Assessment, and you'll scroll down until you find your assessment plan. It'll look something like this, and if you scroll down, it'll look like this. The purpose of the 7-year plan has 2 parts to it. One is to keep your department or program on schedule. Each course and each program outcome must be assessed within the 7-year cycle. That doesn't mean every course outcome needs to be assessed, but you need to do as many as you can. And the second thing is we all need to help the college meet accreditation standards. So there's 3 types of outcomes: course, program, or department, and institutional. There are 3 institutional outcomes: communication, math, and human relations. And in order to assess the institutional level, we need to coordinate. Some years, like this year, for example, everyone who has a course which uses the institutional outcome focused on should assess that outcome. So the previous organization of the 7-year plan was based around the 5 transfer program outcomes, which used to be known as the Gen Eds. And it didn't work as well for the professional or technical side of the college because their programs had their own program outcomes, and they had a lot more of them, and so it wasn't organized that well for them. It also got a little bit messed up when we started using institutional outcomes, so the IO 1, 2, and 3. And basically the way it was set up, or the way we were thinking about it, is in 1920 we started with IO1, which is communication, and 2021 we did math, and then this year we're doing IO3. Well, after that we didn't really have any idea of what we were going to do, and so we had to switch it up a little bit. So this is sort of what the English 7-year assessment plan looked like. The new organization of the 7-year plan will go sort of like this. Year 1, you'll focus on institutional outcome 1. Year 2, you'll follow up on that assessment if you want to, or you'll look at one of your program outcomes. Year 3, you'll look at institutional outcome 2. Year 4, you'll follow up on that assessment, or you'll look at a program outcome or multiple program outcomes. Year 5, you'll look at institutional outcome 3. Year 6, you'll follow up. And then year 7 is kind of a makeup year for any program outcomes or other things that didn't get done. So steps to update the 7-year plan. The document online is a PDF, the one that I pointed you to earlier in the video. You'll need a Word document to edit. You should have saved this department plan, you or somebody in your department. So I have a file that says English Department 7-year plan. Your dean also recently updated these plans and may have a copy of the Word document, but if neither of those is the case, you will need to redo it from a new template. And I have a copy of the 7-year plan templates, so I can send that to you. If you need it, just email me. The first thing that you'll want to do is update the dates. You can just add 2 years if that's easiest. That's what I did. In another couple of years, we'll have to do something else, but for now, that'll work. You need to update any course descriptions, remove any unnecessary courses. You'll need to move any institutional outcomes to the correct years. So this upcoming year, we're going to do institutional outcome 3. So in the 21-22 spot, I would need to take IO3, and I would need to move that over and assess that this year for technical writing. So this is going to be a little bit confusing. Remember the new organizational scheme when updating, but also remember we can't go back in time. So we can't go back and change that we already did IO1 in 1920 or IO2 in 2021, and we're going to do IO3 in 2021, 2022. And so just keep that in mind. So starting this year, we're going to do IO3, and then next year we'll do IO3 follow-up or program outcome, and then in 23-24 we're going to do program outcomes, follow-ups, others, so anything that got missed, and then in 24-25, we're going to start back on the assessment cycle as I've been talking about it this whole video. So IO1, and then 25-26 will be IO1 follow-up or program outcome, and then IO2, and then so on. So the English department's updates look something like this, and I haven't actually consulted with the department, so it may change. But I've updated, I've added stuff to the upcoming years. To submit your 7-year plan, you need to email it to your dean and CC me. This is due on September 24th. I strongly recommend finishing it with your department this week during dead week. But if you don't get to it, you have another week to get that in. Thank you, and feel free to reach out to me with any questions.